But it is game number 1 in this best of 7 grand finals here for the Cataclysm Classic tournament in the EU region. It is the Workshop versus Seismic Cleave. Game number 1. Please laugh at our jokes. Thank you.
Hey, they're not doing fire. They're actually not. I mean, you probably don't need it, right? It's got a lot of control for the Paladin, but I just feel like Fire Mage against these melee cleaves have looked almost completely unstoppable.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe Frost Mage is good here. I believe in the Frost Mage. I am one of the few people supporting all Frost Mages out there. I believe in you guys. It's summer. It's hot outside. We need some ice cream. And we'll see what they decide to do here. The Workshop looking pretty cold right now, going into stealth. And we see Asmo and Adu sitting back here. Razel is crossing the map, actually, looking maybe for an opener onto Chaz. And we have a classic Rogue Mage scenario here. What are they going to do for the opener? Cheap shot onto the Warrior. Nova, CS. No Ring of Frost, though. Into a full sheep. He gets disarmed. I really would have liked to see just a Ring of Frost come out there, but he goes for the deep freeze. He gets feared on it. Albrecht's he's going to block it. Already Mir in a lot of trouble. This was a terrible opener so far for the Workshop. They need to make something happen fast. Albrecht has no ice block right now. He's got hypothermia.
Oh my god, they're down ice block, they get no trinkets, they get no CC, these MCS Nova and Deep Freeze and get no sheep. This is terrible! Mirage is exploding! God. Massive damage coming out from Jamek Cleave here, and then she's dying through evasion. He dropped a smoke bomb in desperation to try and go after Razel, but he pre-bear formed it. He's tanking this damage like a champ, and now he's charging out towards the Priest, looking for a bash, no trinket on Chaz, into the Hammer of Justice. If Razel can recover, they may be able to drop Mir or Albraic. They're swapping over with the Skull Bash. Deep Freeze comes through. They need to get CC. Can he get the Polymorph? Heroic Leap comes over, but they don't have a stop. Polymorph connects onto Asmu. He's got Trinket. He could use it here. He's trying to sit through as Razel's in bear form. He's just letting the Warrior do the work while he's tanking them as a distraction in bear form. He pulls back behind the pillar. He's got to be careful of the Shadow Fiend over here. Now it's you getting set up on. Kidney Shot, Smoke Bomb, massive damage, big swap. And despite their opener not looking so good, the Workshop cleaned it up in the end.
I do think Albrecht is running the Thoralian's Mirror. Ooh, he's running the Mirror Casket combo. He's running Shroud of Endless Grief. He's running the PvE legs. My man is rocking big damn for this matchup. He's not worried about dying whatsoever. And he's rocking the tailoring. He's got the Power Torrent. He's got everything that he needs. So if you leave Albrecht to free cast, especially in the opener when his Trinket is going to be proccing, you're not going to have a good time. So we didn't actually see it in that last game, but Albrecht is going to be able to do so much damage if they get a good opener. I want to see them just Pet Nova MCS ring the Pala and not go for the sheep. But they're going to go for the sheep, not able to find it, goes for the ring. Actually, a Deep Freeze swap to the Pala. Big damage connects to get the Kidney Shot into the bubble. Beautiful opener there. Just using that Deep Freeze instead of CCing with it, just going for damage. And now they're setting up onto Razel. He already gets the Blessing of Protection. So things are not looking too bad here for the Workshop, but now it's time to be defensive.
Yeah, they got evasion from Mir here in this position. He's still got combat readiness. He's leading the charge over towards the Paladin. I think they want to keep going after the Paladin, but he pre-walled the Garrote. That's a really nice read by Asmu here, but he might just die through it anyways. He trinkets out of the kidney into an impact stun. The Feral can't help. He's caught in a Ring of Frost. MCS, he runs into the ring to try and escape and get away from them, but they're relentlessly on his heels. And Asmu, what are you going to do? He needs so much help right now. His Avenging Wrath got spell stolen. They clone the mage on the spell steal, and Asmu manages to get back behind the pillar, but he's going to be off stun DR pretty soon. Mirlal's probably going to commit all in. He's got Vanish to set up for the cheap shot. He's looking for the win, but Mirlal is getting low, and Chaz gets Gag Order silence, and suddenly out of nowhere, Jamek Cleave, can they get the cross kill? Because Asmu is likely going down in the impact stun. Can they finish Mir? Razel is gouged away. Adieu is deep frozen. Mir gets gripped, but Razel is chasing him. He steps away from the Feral onto the Warrior and manages to sprint out of distance here with Shadow Dance. Hopefully Jamek Cleave can make this close, though. It would be a little bit disappointing to see them go out in a blowout against the Workshop.
I mean, you can't really count them out because I think they did knock out DXB, but I'm trying to remember how the games went. If they were down in the start and then they brought it back. I feel like I think I remember that, but I'm not 100% certain. Either way, these guys definitely not a stranger to being in this situation. And the score, okay, at the top, I was going to say is wrong, but there we go. It's updated to 2-0 for the Workshop. And Jamek Cleave trying to bring back a win here, trying to put a win on the board, honestly, at this point. Razel opening up onto Chaz, building up some solo combo points. Adu. Oh, nice sacrifice on the sheep there coming out from Asmu. They're going to probably switch to him, though. He's deep frozen. Chaz. They're not actually going to swap to him. Chaz could be in trouble. This is looking really good for Jamek Cleave. They don't don't get the opener CC. They already forced out the pain suppression onto
Triple
Chaz.
trinket.
Razel gets caught in the room, though, with the smoke bomb, but no trinket. He has the bark skin. Razel could die in the next smoke bomb. He's definitely the most exposed target here.
Oh, but they got Mirlaw in a full cyclone, and Chaz is in so much trouble. He's got nothing left in possibly the final moments of the game. Psychic Scream, he needs to land it on the Paladin. He's trying to chase down the Paladin, but he can't get there. He trinkets the charge stun, but Razel is there. He has to fear the Feral, but I think he's just going to die as Adieu finishes him. And Jamek Cleave, they find the formula here in game number 3. Figure out what they want to do as far as crowd control and deal with that opener. That they've got to be able to have an answer, I would think.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We don't have to ask any more questions because we are getting into game 2-1 for the workshop here. Jamek Cleave trying to tie things up. Can they do it? Nagrand Arena is going to be picked here for the workshop as they make their way forward. Albrecht's already in stealth, looking for that opener, and they're both stacked up here. Asmo and Adieu stacking up at the pillar here. And what are we going to see in the opener? Mir popping the tricks of the trade there onto Albrecht. So he's going to have that rolling. And here comes the opener. Cheap shot onto Adieu. And immediately Razel is there peeling. But Albrecht is able to get the Frostbolt off. He's able to get a shatter here. Not able to find any more crowd control, sadly, though. He goes for the impact into a Ring of Frost. Nicely done there by Albrecht. But he did trinket out of the fear. And as a result, he's stuck in a Cyclone now. Here comes the Pain Train onto Chaz. Big damage here in that throwdown.
Oh, he actually gets away without having to use Pain Slip or Trinket. This is a really good denial of damage there from the workshop. Just using your barrier here is great for Chaz. That's going to put them in a strong position. Now it's up to this deep freeze timing. Can Albrecht find the opening, get some crowd control onto Asmo off diminishing return and set up to go. Chaz has to trinket a clone. Albrecht gets gag ordered on his deep freeze, and it's those type of gag orders from the warrior that I think are so important. But ultimately the counter spell into a full sheep is going to be secured. Asmo has to divine shield out of that to try and stay aggressive because Mirlaw is getting so critically low even through pain suppression. Hammer of Justice, no trinket. Mirlaw, what are you going to do? He used preparation. He shadow steps away from the charge, but he reconnects. And suddenly Jamek Cleave are proving that they've got more than one option and more tricks in their bag.
One thing that I've noticed on Rogue that I dislike a lot when I'm playing against Ferals is the wall. When you pop, like, one of your biggest safety nets as a rogue is the cloak vanish, right? You cloak off the Fairy Fire and then you vanish. But if you wall, if you combat readiness, you can't Cloak of Shadows. It shares cooldown with Cloak of Shadows. So you can either use combat readiness or Cloak of Shadows. And then you can't vanish at the end there, even though you have it, because the Fairy Fire is on you. But we see another opener here coming in. Nova CS into a cheap shot onto Adieu, and this is going to be a pre-combat readiness to get a full sheep. This is a beautiful opener so far. They might just kill the warrior in the opener. Asmo is going to actually going to bubble, and meanwhile Chaz is getting soloed on the other side by Razel, but it doesn't look like Chaz is taking too much damage here. He's already used his stone.
I don't know about that.
A fresh row of bleeds, and I don't know if he gets Mortal Strike. This could be really, really troublesome here.
The warrior gets there, I think he might just die into a stun gag order. Divine Him gets stunned. He has to trigger a DR Hodge. That's a fully DR Hodge. And now Mirlaw is on the run. There's pressure onto two players, and Jamek Cleave might be stealing the series away, but a Polymorph connects. Do they have a stun for Razel? Are they going to go after Adieu? Adieu still has shield wall and trinket. I think they have to go after Razel. They force his survival instincts. Mirlaw is going to vanish away with a powered shield and try and look to reconnect as they do get a sheep now onto Asmu. Asmu being greedy, intervening over with the frenzied regen, avenging Wrath up, trying to line of sight the spell steals and get some big heals before the mage is likely to spell steal this off. It looks like a break, maybe getting unlucky. He finally gets the Avenging Wrath. Bladestorm comes through for Adieu. They're swapping to the mage, trying to keep their pressure onto anything that comes near Asmu. Asmu still has a trinket. He should be in a decent spot for avoiding the XTC chain. They force the first block. The gag order as he comes out, but a Ring of Frost double cheap shot connects. Chaz is in position for crowd control if he needs to with this Psychic Scream. He's ready to go. They skull bash the mage. They stun the rogue. Chaz gets bashed before he can Psychic Scream, but it doesn't matter. Razel's just going to die. Asmu triggering into a full fear in the workshop. Back here in game 5, taking it to match point. All right, who's going to be Europe's champion here for the Cataclysm Classic Arena Tournament? Adieu is taken to the center tomb. They're turtling in the room. They're anticipating the attack on the priest, and they are bunkered down in that room, ready for the attack. Now Mirlaw is leaving the room, just playing it kind of close a bit here, just hugging the edge of the wall, really just stutter stepping. They safely get the invis off of the mage. And they're going to be looking to cross out here. But Razzle is right there. Although if Mage finds Feral, I feel like it's great. Oh, I cannot believe they did not see each other right there. And Razzle, he's sneaking in. Look at his little kitties ready to go. And a Jew is actually freedomed into the room. They're going to do an all-in, I think, on Chaz at this point. He's pounced up. He's sitting through it. He's not overreacting. He stone forms off the first row of bleeds, but they're going to reload pretty rapidly. Kidney shot on Razzle, trying to slow down his assault. Chaz is getting towards the Paladin, looking for a Psychic Scream, trying to power shield his way over there, getting closer and closer, and he gets the Psychic Scream. Let's say protection pre onto Razzle, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's immediately stripped off by Albraic, and now Albraic is protected from physical abilities here. He can't be peeled whatsoever. Defensive Ring of Frost comes down during the barrier, but Mira is into a Cyclone. It's barrier and pain suppression from Chaz. They are relentless here on match point. They're giving it their all to take this to a Game 7.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here. Asmo might get fully sheeped here. Razzle's taking a lot of damage. Asmo's just going to use the Divine Shield, but he's not on sheep TR, and he doesn't have Sacrifice. They need to kill Chaz right now on the side of the Jamek Cleave. Otherwise, the Workshop will take this European Grand Finals. There's the gag order coming in. Here's Razzle. Big damage onto Chaz. He gets fully fear. Deep freeze on Asmo. Chaz is alive right now. Can they keep the Warrior away from Chaz? Can they find the damage? They do. No way. This could be a
getting soloed.
Chaz is absolutely crushed by Adu, but meanwhile, Raz is also dead in the smoke bomb, and we have a classic matchup: Rogue Mage versus Pala Warrior. No deep freeze available yet for Albright. How are they gonna do this? If they win this, they win the entire grand finals. They have no trinket, they have no outs on Asmo. They just need to find that opener. I think they just go on Asmo actually and CC the Warrior. That's exactly what they're gonna do. There's the Nova, there's the deep freeze, big damage, beautiful disarm, beautiful charge. Adu trying to do what he can for Asmo, but there's the DR Kidney, and I think the Workshop has done it. European champions in the Classic Cataclysm tournament. Well played to these guys. It came down to yet another 2v2, and of course the Warrior is going to play it out, but with Warrior in cheap, Mir eating mage food, I don't see Mir going down in this situation.
I mean, it either had to be like a double disconnect or the biggest choke ever. Like, there's no way. Yeah, he's tapping out on the Pet Nova. He sees Mir at full health, and the Workshop have done it with a cross kill, 4-2. They are your European champions. I feel like Chaz has been trying to make a run as well in tournament play. He crossed over to the North American region and wasn't really able to get anything going. In Cata, he comes back to Europe and he takes the whole thing.